Hello, Gemini. This is Carrie from Celestial Forecasts with your love and life reading, focused on the first half of April from the 1st through the 15th. General reading as always, guys. It's not going to resonate with every single person, so please do take from this reading what makes sense for you and let the rest go. If you're interested in your own personal private reading at this time, all of that information is down below in the description box, and I will include a list of all of the card decks that are used for this reading. All right, guys? So what I have in front of me are the two card decks that I'm going to be using for the focus messages for this reading. First up is the Arrows of Love Oracle by Mystic Moon, and then we'll pull from the Love Compass Oracle deck. All right, guys? So let's get started. Let's take a look and see what your first focus message is for this reading, Gemini, for the first half of the month. Angels and spirit guides for Gemini, for cross watchers, anybody else who's been guided to tune in and watch this reading. So let's see what comes forward. All right, I'm guided to this one here. Blessing in disguise. Wow. A blessing in disguise. Okay, so there's a couple cards in tarot that represent that blessing in disguise energy. One of them is a tower moment. Okay, it never feels like a blessing at the time that it's happening. It's only after time has passed and you've been able to heal from it or learn lessons from it is when it turns into a blessing. So we'll see if it's got anything to do with that. But in regard to your love life especially, Gemini, this is a part of the vibe that's coming forward for this particular reading. Okay? A blessing in disguise. So let's grab additional insight from the Love Compass Oracle. Angels and spirit guides, please, for Gemini in love and life, first half of April, 1st through the 15th. Please bring forward our next focus message for this reading. I'm guided to this one here. Patience. Just like what I was saying, it's going to take time for that blessing to present itself. It might take some time. Some patience is required. So in this particular card, it reads, there are things that have yet to unfold in this situation. Trust the wait and have patience. Everything is unfolding exactly as it's meant to. There is a reason, a connection or opportunity may not be happening yet. Trust in divine timing. Divine timing is at play here, guys. Okay, so as I often say in my readings, whenever a divine timing reference comes in, we are running on the universe's time frame, not so much our understanding of how we perceive time in our lives. Okay, so let's see how that plays itself out for this reading here. All right, let's grab from this particular deck here. This is by Calico Moon. This is the Twin Flame Ascension deck, Pining Rose. And of course, you don't have to identify with a twin flame connection. That is just the name of the card deck. Angels and spirit guides, please, for Gemini in love and life, first half of March. March? Did I just say March? April. My brain is still stuck in March. First half of April, from the 1st through the 15th for Gemini. Divine intervention. Wow. So not only do we have divine timing, but there is a divine intervention that's needed here. So perhaps some of you guys might feel that a miracle is needed in order for you guys to overcome whatever obstacles you might be dealing with. And whatever challenges you guys might be going through, it might just be so overwhelming at this time to where you feel like, how on earth can we even make this work? And maybe what's happening at this point is what's taking you guys onto the next phase of this journey, which is why it's going to require some time. It is divine timing, and now we've got divine intervention. and it is eventually going to come through as a blessing. We have wanting. Whenever this card comes forward, first of all, of course, there's a male figure on this particular card. So it could be my masculines who are wanting the feminine in their lives, especially if you guys are going through challenges, if you're not together. Wanting is the act of desiring. We still want this connection, still wanting this person in our lives. And some of my masculines, you might even be known for having a beard, you know? Something that's simple, tied into this particular card here for some of you. We have vacant coming up next. So it could be my masculines who are in this vacant energy, possibly feeling empty, unfulfilled, because you guys are not together. We have fantasizing coming up next. So because you guys are not together, I'm not surprised to be seeing this fantasizing card because you guys are still thinking about one another. Part of the fantasies that are tied into this connection could be perhaps how to bring about reconciliation, how to overcome the challenges. Part of these fantasies, of course, could be tied into the sexual relationship that you guys have shared for some of you, the intimacy, making love to your partner. And when we're not with that person face to face, interactions are not happening. And if that's not happening, there's no intimacy either. And so there's a lot of fantasizing going on here from a distance. And the 5D, that's where you guys are connecting. Look at this next card here, guys. Another reference to divine timing. My goodness. Divine timing is at play here. So all the more reason to have patience here, Gemini, when it comes to this partnership. We do have synchronicity right after that. So there's a lot of synchronicities here, perhaps that you're noticing when it comes to this partnership. We have quenched. Quenched for me, well, it does tap into water energy. So for some of you, you might be thinking of a Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. But my interpretation of this particular card is bringing something back to life. When something's dry and just no life to it, it's not thriving. When something is quenched, it's coming back to life. There's growth there. Quenching that desire, quenching one's thirst, of course. Their thirst for you, Gemini, your thirst for them. Look at this. We've got 1111. This could certainly be, for some of you, a twin flame connection. This could also be interpreted as a Make-A-Wish card. Perhaps when it comes to this person, Gemini, there are particular wishes that you are wanting to manifest when it comes to this connection. And maybe your person, part of what it is that they are wishing for is to just have you back in their life. But it's going to take time. We have too many references here to divine timing and divine intervention. The need to wait. Okay, so let's add to this with Mystic Moon Oracle's deck. Angels and spirit guides for Gemini, please. In love and life for the first half of April. Please bring it forward. Third parties, okay? Third parties could have definitely affected what happened between the two of you, Gemini. And yes, of course, a third party typically is a person that is interfering in a relationship that's already committed. But a third party could also be interference from some other aspect of the connection. It could be family interference, perhaps family that don't approve of the connection. That's one thing. There's also a third party element as far as somebody who might just be throwing themselves into work and not having so much time for a relationship. That as well could be representing a wedge that's come between two people, that's preventing people from coming together in a partnership. So yes, it often represents infidelity in a partnership, but it does not have to. Okay, so take it for how it makes sense for you. We have received. Messages received. Communication, perhaps, even if it is from the fifth dimension, even if it is just telepathic communication between the two of you, which is what's most likely happening, because I'm just feeling you guys are at a distance, or I tend to channel more so for people who are not together going through challenges and are at a distance from one another. Perhaps, Gemini, you've sent this person a message, or they've sent you a message, either a text, a phone call. Those messages have been received, but right now, I just feel that it's going to take time in order to be able to communicate in the 3D, is what I'm feeling. I'm picking up distance here between you and this person, because somebody is wanting and desiring you, Gemini, and it could be mutual for some of you guys, because we do have this twin flame reference from the 1111 card, and if that is the case, you guys are mirroring each other's energies and desires and fantasies. You're on the same page, both wanting the same thing. Look at this. I'm not surprised. Vibrations, energies. Those vibrations have been received. The energies that you are sending out to your person, Gemini, they get it. And if they're doing the same to you, then you're picking it up too. You can't make this stuff up, guys. Another reference to patience. This is going to take some time here. Look at this next card. Fifth dimension. Exactly. That's where you guys are for now. We have inner child coming through here. So either yourself, Gemini, or your person could have had a difficult childhood experiences that have affected who you are today. And this could also be your inner child just wanting to express itself. We have reinvention. The need to work on oneself. And part of this reinvention, it is falling right below quenched. Perhaps that's what's bringing this back to life, that you guys are both working on yourselves during this time of separation. But for now, there is a barrier that's standing between the two of you. That barrier is what's preventing you guys from coming together. That might be connected to a third party element to this partnership. Okay, so let's add to this with the Twin Flame Journey Tarot by Mystic Moon. Angels and spirit guides, please, for Gemini in love and life, first half of April, the 1st through the 15th. Please bring it forward for Gemini. What else do we need to know when it comes to this partnership? And I'm just guided to not read reversals this time around, guys. I don't know why. That's just what I'm feeling. We have the Fool. Beautiful. Because the Fool card, Gemini, is all about new beginnings. Taking that leap of faith and going for it. This could certainly be indicative of an exciting lover that you're thinking about starting over with, Gemini. This is somebody who's a dreamer. Somebody who could be very adventurous, very spontaneous, very free-spirited. Somebody who is very carefree, enjoys their freedom. It is tapped into air energy, Gemini, so this could be your own vibe coming through with that Fool energy. And if it does represent infidelity in a partnership, perhaps that's something that you relate to here, because it is falling right below third party. And this is sounding all too familiar. I know that this has come through in my other Gemini readings where you are a part of a third party. Perhaps it's still coming through here because it's still an element that you're dealing with in your life. This is for some of you. It doesn't apply to everybody. And that divine intervention, you know, perhaps you feel as though it will take some sort of divine intervention, like a miracle, an act of God, in order for you guys to work this out. Especially if the person that you're focused on for this reading is already committed to somebody else. And that's where that third party element comes in. Perhaps you are the third party here, Gemini. You're wanting, you're desiring, you're fantasizing about somebody perhaps that you know you can't have. As long as they are unavailable and are attached to somebody else, that's why we have a barrier that's here. Even if you do recognize them as your twin flame, if they're already attached, they need to be able to detach from that partnership in order to be with you, if you resonate with that. Of course, that could be reversed, and it could be the other person who is the third party and you're the one that's already in a committed partnership. So take it for how that makes sense for you. We do have the Hanged Man right after that. So we've got two major arcanas right next to each other. The Hanged Man is water energy, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. This is the need to surrender. It's about self-sacrifice, letting go. Perhaps it is the third party who had to let you go. And this is giving you the new perspective that you need in your life, perhaps. The Hanged Man is all about turbulent times that are coming to an end. And remember how I mentioned how I typically pick up off of tower moments and blessings in disguise. And the Hanged Man is coming through, letting you know, Gemini, that whatever painful energies might be attached to the breakup, to the separation, that's phasing out. That's past energy. It's a done deal. There's nothing that either one of you can do anything about that at this point because it's done. What happened, happened. Perhaps you are feeling empty without this person. And the reason why we have patience, divine timing coming through here twice, and divine intervention is because you can't actually create movement when somebody's already attached, short of recreating a third party. And I'm feeling here, Gemini, that perhaps that's something that you want to veer away from. And in the fifth dimension, this person belongs to you and only you, but in reality, they might belong to somebody else. So part of the energy of the hangman is letting go and releasing what's no longer serving you, releasing what isn't yours, to make room to receive what is yours, make room to receive what's meant to be in your life, to be able to create transformation in your own life instead of self-sabotaging, instead of creating barriers for yourself. So this is actually a time for you to heal. And it's time to leave the past behind. That's a part of the work that needs to be done here, you know. And I don't want to say it's impossible, because we do have, you know, this wish card coming through. Who's to say your wish can't come true? Anything is possible because everyone's got their own free will. And whoever is attached today, if they decide tomorrow that they're detaching from that partnership so that the two of you can come together, then absolutely. The road is clear, you know? There's actually nothing stopping you guys at that point from coming together. But as long as this is here, it poses a barrier, and that's why we have that coming through. We do have the Two of Wands. Planning and decisions. The Two of Wands is fire. Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. So perhaps you are in the planning stages at this point, Gemini, as to what you plan on doing to move forward. Whether or not this ever comes to fruition for you. Because you're working on yourself here. Right now, you're feeling empty. You're feeling vacant as a result of this person not being in your life. And part of the problem is they're spending their time with somebody else. And again, for some of you guys, you're the one, Gemini, that's in a committed relationship. And it's the third party that's feeling left out in the cold. We do have the Queen of Swords. Some of my feminines, you're coming through as the Queen of Swords here. Sharp and assertive energy from this Queen. So for some of you guys, it could be you that detached from this connection because you were already committed elsewhere. That's for some of you. Or it could be the feminine, whoever is representing feminine energy in this connection. Cut the other person out. So perhaps, Gemini, you're feminine. If you happen to be masculine or resonating with this, it's the feminine that decided to cut out the masculine here. The Queen of Swords can definitely be very guarded at times. It's falling right below patience. So perhaps, my feminines, this is something that you need to work on. Is the patience to work on yourself, to see this unfold the way it's meant to, especially in the 3D world, rather than this fifth dimension interaction. Maybe you're losing patience over that because you want to be able to reconnect with the masculine in the 3D rather than just telepathically or in this fifth dimension energy. We do have the Five of Swords, which is more air energy. That's your own vibe, Gemini. This is mind games and control. The Five of Swords, feelings of conflict and tension, feeling defeated. And perhaps this is how you feel in the 3D. In the fifth dimension, that's where you're protected. That is where you're able to connect and love each other and be with each other and make love to each other. In the fifth dimension, all is well. In the 3D world, it's a whole different story. For now, okay, patience is letting you know that time is shifting. Time is moving things for you. To possibly remove this barrier to bring the two of you back together without the third party element to this connection. Look at these next two cards. We've got the Two of Cups, and then we have the Sun. So, divine partnership here, a soul connection that is undeniable between two people, Gemini, and perhaps you already know this. You fill each other's cup of love. And then you've got the energy of the Sun right after that, which is absolutely amazing. This is success. This is joy. This is unbelievable happiness between two people. This is a happy future here, Gemini, when it comes to this partnership. There's a really good chance, ultimately, that you guys can come back together. You just got to hang in there, have patience. It is divine timing that's needed here. And if it's a miracle you need, maybe you're going to get it. Maybe it feels impossible right now, but maybe it isn't so impossible. Because the Sun is tapped into unions, reconciliations, people coming back together. Illuminating parts of your life, perhaps, that were in the dark before. You know? Look at this. We've got the King of Swords. So we've got the Queen of Swords and the King of Swords coming through in this reading. And I just feel here that there's a really good chance at coming back together, despite whatever obstacle this third party has proposed in this connection. Whatever happened, it's still coming through as a blessing in disguise here. And that's just going to require a little bit more time and the Sun's energies to bring illumination towards whatever that blessing represents for you and your person, Gemini. Okay, so let's add to this with some romance angels. Angels and spirit guides, please, for Gemini in love and romance for the first half of April, 1st through the 15th. Angels and spirit guides, please. Give your relationship a chance? Absolutely. Okay? Work on your partnership, Gemini, with this person when the time is right. I feel right now it's not the right time because we do still have that third party element here. That needs to phase out, and that's why it's going to take time. But when the time is right, You will be given the opportunity to reconnect, I feel. And with the energy of that Two of Cups, it's looking quite promising here. We do have trust. Perhaps this is something that needs to be worked on in the partnership, especially with third-party representations there, you know, when there are infidelities that are a part of a situation. Sometimes trust is broken and trust needs to be restored. And if you're losing faith, perhaps, Gemini, that this is ever going to work out, this is something that you need to work on to be able to trust in the process and the journey that you're on for now. Yes, divine timing is at play here, and that is what's needed for you to have so much patience. But if you can hang in there, you might just be rewarded with this blessing. It'll make itself quite apparent when the time is right. Finances and career are coming through. Financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. Perhaps you're struggling a little bit in regard to your money matters. If you're unemployed, perhaps you're looking for a job, or you're just going through some really challenging things tied into your finances and career, which is totally understandable considering what's going on around the world at this time with the whole COVID-19 thing. People are losing their jobs or just having to stay home with the whole social distancing thing. It's so scary. It's frightening. So I'm not surprised to be seeing this come forward. Forgiving and learning also coming through. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments. Absolutely, because you can't live in the past. You got to move on. You got to let go of the past. It's done. Learn from it. That's all you can do. And that's a part of that reinvention that's coming through. And yes, you do have to make the effort in order to bring this to fruition, to be able to manifest this partnership. Okay? So let's grab some dialogue here, Gemini. And let's give you guys the opportunity to come forward with some messages here. So let's take a look and see. This is the 5D Oracle by Calico Moon. So we'll grab some from this deck. Gemini, let's take a look and see what messages are coming from your person and which ones are coming from you. Take what resonates with you, okay? Angels and spirit guides for Gemini. Who needs to speak up here? Please bring it forward. Who needs to speak up? Let's grab this bottom card. All right. Let's see. All right, so again, some of these could be coming from you and some of these messages could be coming from your person, Gemini. All right, here we go. First message, I'm feeling a magnetic pull toward you. Not surprised to be seeing that, because I feel that you're both still really drawn to each other. And again, we've got the fifth dimension interactions that are still going on between the two of you. Energetically, vibrationally, it's been very difficult for you guys to even let go of one another. And in the 5D, I don't think you guys have let go of each other. In the 3D and the physical, you have. In the fifth dimension, no. Next message. I have to work on myself right now. Exactly. We already know that. So maybe this is something that you're telling each other, even if it is in the fifth dimension. It's like, this is the only place that we can meet. This is the place where we can interact, because in the 3D world, we can't. I have to work on myself right now in the 3D world. Next message, look at this. No one else can compare to you. Perhaps this is how you're feeling about them, Gemini, how they're feeling about you. You know, we do have a lot of synchronicities coming through here. A reference to twin flame if you guys are mirroring each other. Perhaps you both feel the same from a distance without even realizing this. Next message. I still have more to learn from my karmic partner. Which is why we've got this. So the lessons are not done. And as long as those lessons are unlearned or still in the process of being learned, that's why we have patience. That's why we have divine timing at play here. Okay? Next one. I'm too focused on other things right now. Yeah, part of it is a third party. The other part of it could be finances and career. Or simply working on yourself at this time. Last one. I'm unsure of your feelings for me. So there are uncertainties here when it comes to your person, especially if you guys haven't interacted or talked in a while in the 3D world. Perhaps you're both feeling this way, unsure of the feelings and emotions that you guys are still holding on to. Okay? So let's add to this with some additional dialogue from the Soul Lovers in Separation deck by Angelic Revelation 144. And let's add a little bit more dialogue to this scenario here, Gemini, for you and your person. And again, we'll grab a few. Okay, that one wanted to fly out. We'll grab a few from here, take what resonates with you, as always. Angels and spirit guides for Gemini. Okay, let's grab the bottom of the deck. All right. Here we are. So yeah, divine timing, patience is required because for some of you, you know, with the whole third party reference here and people working on themselves, cycles that need to phase out and close out, timing might be a little bit off for some of you guys. Okay? Which is why we have the connection in the 5th dimension. Okay. First message. I enjoy dating and keeping things casual as I am not wanting to settle down just yet. Okay, maybe this is your person coming through, or it could be you saying this. Which is why this is going to take a little bit longer. And for some of you guys, that represents just that mentality alone could be driving a wedge between the two of you. So as I mentioned, it doesn't always have to be infidelity. It could just be a person's blockages within themselves or whatever it is that they're wanting to do at this time. And this person clearly coming through saying that they're just wanting to date right now and keep things casual in this connection. They're not ready to settle down. And again, that could be you as well, Gemini. Next message. Though we cannot meet or see each other, still I love you more every day. My heart belongs to you for eternity. And if you really pay attention to that message, it's like we cannot meet or see each other. Because for some of you, it's not possible. But they're coming through here saying, I love you more every day. My heart belongs to you for eternity. So they might be attached, or Gemini, you might be attached, but you guys actually have real feelings for each other. Okay, that's coming through for some of you guys. Next message. Always on my mind and in my heart. Yes, that's you, always and forever. See, the love is there. Next one. Letting you walk away from me is my biggest regret. I should have fought for you and for us. I have a feeling that's for my masculines, because if we go back to this wanting message, wanting, desiring, I just feel, and I'm picking up off of the vibe, that it's my masculines that regret letting the feminine go and walk away, feeling like they should have fought harder for this. Okay? Next one. I love you not only for your beauty, but for your soul. Our love will be alive forever because of the way you are. Pure, true, authentic, real, raw, and passionate. What a beautiful message. So if you happen to resonate with that one. All right, last one. I took an oath with God and you to stand by your side for eternity. I made a promise to find you in every lifetime and to take your hand in eternal spiritual marriage. Wow. Our union is sacred and divine. Oh my goodness. Some of you guys could have actually had this conversation with this person and with God. Some of you guys could have even had past life connections here, reconnecting in this lifetime. Because as this card states, I made a promise to find you in every lifetime. So it doesn't matter if things don't end up working out in this lifetime. In your next lifetime, Gemini, you guys might just reconnect and find each other all over again. That eternal spiritual marriage. Sacred divine union. Wow. Amazing. All right, guys. So let's grab some Lovers Oracle to add to this. Some pretty amazing dialogue messages there. So angels and spirit guides for Gemini, please. So we'll grab a few from here. There we go. Bottom of the deck. What do we have? Look at this. Okay, we have soulmate. So for those of you who don't resonate with a twin flame connection, we have soulmate coming through as well. And then we have balance and sexual union. Okay, soulmate. Your soulmate is already with you in spirit. Believe this, and they will manifest physically. Okay, so yes, you guys are already connecting in the fifth dimension. That we do know. Spiritually connected, the two of you. Don't lose faith, Divine intervention is here. Divine timing. If it's meant to be, truly, Gemini, you're blessed by the energy of the sun. It might just surprise you. It might just happen. Balance. Love is not always about agreeing just for the sake of it. A great relationship is one that both supports and challenges. Absolutely. Compromise. Equal exchange of energy and love between two people. 50-50. The need for balance. It's here. So, more than likely at this time, you guys are out of balance. You're out of sync. And it's going to require this patience and time in order to bring you guys back in balance. Okay? Lastly, we have sexual union. Honor the place in one another where you are one eternal soul, for there you will find true bliss. And this is especially for those of you who have had that sexual intimacy with one another. Remembering that intimacy, the closeness between the two of you. And I feel here there's an opportunity to reconnect in that manner. Okay? All right, guys. So let's close this out with some healing messages here from the angels. Angels and spirit guides, please, for Gemini in love and life. for the first half of April. Please bring it forward for me. Some final thoughts, healing messages to close this out for Gemini. Emerging, I love it. Okay. Followed by serenity, new beginnings. This is also fitting, surrender and release. And this is the last card. Look at this, soulmate. Okay. Emerging is all about working on yourself so that you can come forward as the best version of you. And at this time, with this reinvention card coming through, this could be something that you're both working on at this time, Gemini. You know? So while you guys are not together in the 3D world, it's a time for you to work on whatever part of your life needs attention. And you will emerge as the best version of you when the time is right. Serenity is coming in for you. The road ahead is less chaotic. The road ahead is a lot calmer, smoother, more serene. Okay, this represents the energy of your life and where you're headed. You have new beginnings. Okay? We already have the Fool card being represented here. A fresh start. Take that leap of faith. This is tapped into air energy here. So perhaps it falls on your lap, Gemini, to be able to create movement towards this new beginning. And maybe this is what your person needs you to do, is to take action, to create that new beginning, to create movement here in this partnership. And yes, surrender and release, let go of what is no longer serving you. That as well is a part of the energy of the Hangman. Make room to receive what is yours, Gemini. Leave the past in the past, and that will make room for your person to come in. Okay, so we have two soulmate cards coming through in this reading. And we also, of course, have the reference to twin flames, and it's a wish card. Make a wish. With divine intervention, it might just come true for you. Amazing. All right, guys, so that's where I'm going to leave this one. I do hope that if this resonated with you, that it brought you some clarity and insight tied into your connection. Some nice messages coming through here. So if you are interested in your own personal private reading, Gemini, all of that info is down below in the description box. And I will be back real soon, guys, with more readings for you. Thank you so much and take care. Bye-bye.